Hello, welcome to Northumberland. This is Keilder Forest, and yesterday I took part in the Dirty Reiver 200, which is a 200km gravel race, and this is the bike I used to take it on. So the bike I used is the Mason Bokeh. Now this is Mason's gravel kind of bike. Don Mason likes to call it adventure sport because I think gravel kind of pigeonholes it into too much. But yeah, I've used this for all sorts of stuff. This is it's a good 4 or 5 years old now, and I've done this event on it a couple of times. I've done bikepacking trips, I've been touring, I've just ridden it as a road bike. Super versatile bike, and again it did me proud here. Came in, well, 7.5 hours yesterday for the 200. Every year I come back here, I probably do a better performance in terms of power output and stuff, and a worse result, but I think that's just reflective of the nature of these gravel events in the UK and the level of rider that's riding them. But onto the bike. This obviously is the Bokeh, Diadachi aluminium tubing. One of the standout features on this particular build, as you may notice, is the fork. So I've got a Lauf gravel fork. Now this is 30mm of travel. And as you can see, I got it sprayed up to match the frame. Now I got this done in the paint shop that paints all the Mason frames over in Italy. So it's exactly the right colour and the original decals. So it's a bit of a one of a kind. It does make a difference on the rough tracks over time. Keeps your hands nice and fresh, and also on the rougher sections you can push quite hard. Now the group set I'm running is Shimano GRX. I've got the 2x. This is still the 11-speed group set. Again, this has been on this bike for a number of years. It works, so I don't see the point in replacing it. I do really like the Di2, always shifts really well, never really any problems. The battery lasts for ages. I've had a week out of a Di2 battery doing GB Duro without recharging. Pretty much exactly 7 days, and then it needed recharging, but that was riding like 18 hours a day, so it does last a long time. The reason I've got 2x on this particular bike, I've actually got 2 Bokehs. I've got an older one which I use for cyclocross. That has 1x on it, but for these fast gravel events, I think it's better to have the twin chain rings. I've got a 46 tooth big chain ring, and that really helps on the fast descents just to keep the speed up. And also, if you're going to use this as an all-round bike, you know, you can ride it on the road quite easily. You've got enough gears. So quite often, if I go away somewhere for 2 or 3 weeks, I'll take this bike with a set of gravel wheels and a set of road wheels, and this gearing enables me to do basically everything. Another really good benefit of having the front mech on is you see a lot of people dropping their chains on a 1x setup. So having the mech on there just helps it. And actually, yesterday I did get a stick stuck in the chain, and it popped the chain off, but I was able to shift the mech down, get the chain back on. I didn't lose any time. So again, another big benefit for 2x. I've also upgraded the bearings on the bike and the drivetrain. So I run enduro bearings. So I've got the XD15 jockey wheels on the GRX rear mech. I've got an XD15 ceramic bottom bracket, and then I've got XD15 bearings in the wheels as well. I just find they last really well. I mean, these have been on there for, well, 2 years now. I've not touched them. Running really smooth, as are the bearings on my other bikes. So yeah, definitely recommend that when it comes to replacing stuff. They're a bit more expensive, but I think they last way longer, and I think over time you get the value for money. Now onto the contact points. You may have seen some of my other videos. You notice I'm running these ergon saddles on pretty much every bike at the moment. So this is the SR All-Road Core. It works really well for me. I find it really comfortable, and again, no problems yesterday. 7.5 hours in the saddle, and yeah, super comfy. The seat post it's mounted on, that's just the Mason Penta. That's the standard seat post that comes with pretty much all Mason frames. It's 27.2 on this bike, so it's got a little bit of flex, and again, that just helps comfort over time. Bars, I'm running the Ritchie Venture Max, and these are alloy bars. I have tried the carbon ones before, but I had a few issues, well, with them cracking. So I'm just stuck with alloy. I mean, you're not like gaining too much extra weight on there, and it's fine. And yeah, they work really well for me. I like the shallow drop, and yeah, I find them comfortable over time. I've done so many events. This is the drop bar I have on pretty much all of my drop bar bikes, and yeah, it works really well for me. Onto the wheels now. As you probably know by now, I run hunt bike wheels on all my bikes, and these are the 42 Limitless Adventure gravel wheels. They're based around the 42 Limitless gravel race wheel set, which is the top end gravel racing wheel set. This kind of aero optimized wide rim, but this wheel set actually was it came from the guys riding like hunt, sort of doing bikepacking events, and they wanted something slightly more durable to go like the long distance stuff. So essentially it uses the same rim, but instead of 24 spokes, it's 28 spokes, and we use the Hunt 4-season hub on there. So that means the spokes are J-bend and the bearings are just slightly better sealed. So over time, they should last a lot longer. And it also has a ratchet free hub, again, super durable. And it's all about kind of you know, lasting the distance in these super long ultra events. You know, guys like Sophie and Sahili have used them. He used it to win the Bright Midnight last year. So yeah, they definitely do the job. And they work really well for me here. I probably could have run the race version of these, but to be honest, these were fitted on the bike and I couldn't be bothered to change them. So why make life difficult? Onto tyres. Now, this year I don't really have a set brand I'm using. I'm just trying a bit of everything, but Hutchinson has sent me a few bits and pieces. So I'm using these Hutchinson Touareg tyres in 45mm. I think they look pretty cool with the tan sidewall. And yeah, they work well. They roll fast, pretty good grip, no punches. So no complaints really. I'll keep them on here, see how long they last, and yeah, I'll just keep rolling with it. Tyre pressure wise, I don't know, I have no idea to be honest. I think I pumped them up about a week ago and didn't get around to checking them before the race. So there's probably about 30 psi in them, but yeah, they were fine. So no complaints there. Now on to the other stuff. So racing for 7.5 hours, you do have to take some stuff with you. Primarily, I was wearing the Albion cargo bib shorts, so I carried a lot of like energy gels and food in there and layers in sort of the rear pocket. And I tried to keep the bike nice and light, but I did have a tail fin top tube bag on there. Now this is one of the pre-production ones. The reason I still use this one all the time is because it's got these mesh pockets on the side, and as you can see, I think I went through like almost 800 grams of sugar in various kind of gel and bar forms over the course of the day. So I basically I don't want to be littering, and I find these mesh pockets really useful just to shove gel wrappers in when you're going, you know, full tilt down a hill. It's quite easy to put it in there and it stays in there and you're not going to drop your litter. I had these 2 bottles. These are 1 litre bottles. They're Zifon Magnums. They're kind of pretty much the only brand I can find that does proper decent 1 litre bottles. I just get them off Amazon. So yeah, I use these quite a lot. They work well. And then a spare inner tube just attached with a tail fin strap. That didn't budge, didn't need to use it, but it's worth taking just in case. And note, because I've got the deeper rims, it's always worth putting a valve extender on there, because there's nothing worse than taking a short valved inner tube and putting it through your rim and realizing you can't pump it up. In the bag, I just had some tools. So a pump, multi-tool, and a few bars and stuff at the start. Then the final 2 things, navigation and you know, data recording is on my Wahoo Roam. It's a V1, I got it in the sale years ago. They work pretty good. It worked well yesterday. And then the race number, I just put it around the head tube there. Keep me nice and aero, because obviously it makes all the difference. So yeah, I was 5:59. So yeah, I look forward to seeing the results and see exactly where I came. And see the official time. So there we go, that's it. That's the bike I use for the Dirty Reiver. Pretty good gravel race setup, works really well, really reliable. And next time I ride it, I'll probably be doing some bikepacking adventure. So, you know, it's about 5 bikes in one if you get one of these. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you in the next one.